Hey, yo, what up, what up? It's selahsportstv back at you with another one. What up, fans of the sport? And this one is for the real fans of the fucking sport, right? Because we got a lot of fans of fighters, right? Which, hey, if that's your thing, cool, right? We got a lot of fans of fighters. We got a lot of fans of promotions, right? We got a lot of fans of apps. We got a lot of fans of TV channels, right? This video is for fans of the fucking sport. As we see, American boxing is not, as far as business is concerned, American boxing is not in a good place, right? It's not. American boxing is not in a very good place at all. We saw not too long ago, HBO, a few years ago, HBO got out of boxing. That was horrible for boxing. Like, taking Jim Lampley and those guys away from boxing, like, not that I agree with everything they did, but the product was awesome. The product HBO put out was good. Nobody can take away from that, right? HBO got out of boxing. That wasn't good. And then Fox got out of boxing, right? Fox got out of boxing, and that wasn't good. And now we see Showtime is getting out of boxing, right? And that's pretty much, it's horrible. It's horrible for real boxing fans, right? Why am I focusing on the boxing fan part of this? Well, because I'm seeing some weird shit out here. Like, we have content creators who basically pick sides all the way down to promotions, right? They will like and dislike fighters based off of what promotion they're signed to, right? We're seeing this shit. And apparently the hate runs so deep, they don't even care that it takes away from the sport they claim to enjoy, right? So let's talk about it. Like, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, like, you know, I'm no fan of one Mr. Al Heyman. I'm no fan. I don't know him, but I'm no fan of his business, the way he moves in business. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Same time, look, that guy's a multi-millionaire and I'm not, right? So that literally means, like, it's just my opinion. But I'll say this, man, that guy has it seems like everywhere Al Heyman goes, everywhere he goes to everywhere he sends PBC, that network ends up being run out of business as far as boxing is concerned. He loses money. He fumbles bags, right? It's not good. It's not good. Not a fan of Al Heyman's business model, right? Never been a fan of Al Heyman's business model. But one thing I am is a boxing fan. So when Al Heyman fucks up another deal, basically, when he fucks up another bag, what happens? We lose out on fights, right? For example, Now, I wasn't a big fan of Crawford Spence too. I wasn't a big fan of that fight taking place. But think about it. That fight can't take place now. It's one thing saying I ain't a fan of it, but at least it can happen. Like, that fight can't happen. As of right now, that fight don't have a home. There's no Crawford Spence 2. I don't give a fuck what they say, like what you hear on YouTube. Without a network, there ain't no fight. Like, where's the fight gonna be? The fight doesn't have a home. That's horrible for boxing. It don't matter how you feel about that fight. What about all the other ones? Right? What about all the other ones? But you got cocksuckers out here like, see, I told you. And they like dancing around and happy and like, they having like siestas and shit. Fiestas and siestas. Yeah. There's a bunch of fiestas and siestas going on because Showtime dumped their boxing content. So now we get all these fiestas. I don't know why it's fiestas. Strictly, it seems like it's just a lot of fiestas out here. Lots of siestas, man. Like, what does that do for you guys? Like, do you guys get more pesos? Do more pesos go on your account because Showtime got shut down? I'm sticking with a certain theme here, if you notice, because this is who I see doing it. Like, when Showtime shut down, does a shitbag country, do they get rid of corruption, government corruption in your country back home? Does that happen? Like, what happens when Showtime gets rid of boxing? I'm just trying to understand, like, because y'all are celebrating like a motherfucker, but y'all claim to be fans of boxing fans. Like, y'all ain't fans of, y'all are race. It's a bunch of race fans. Bunch of race fans, right? And they're the worst of the worst. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're the worst of the fucking worst. Man, this is like a fucking dream. I just pulled up to the gym and there's no cars here. It's like nobody here. Oh wait, one car. It's one car here, right? Nah, man, nah. But what's up? Like, what happens? Or is it just, are you celebrating the fact that you were right about something? Right? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're wrong about a lot of shit. So when you get something right, like, you have to, let people know about it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird to me, like, that we have boxing fans celebrating the fact that we just lost a means to watch. We just lost one means to watch fights. To me, the more outlets we have that are running, that shows how healthy the sport is. Right? That when we have multiple outlets running multiple promotions and fights and stuff, that shows that the sport is thriving and it's healthy. But I know, you guys, like, your countries and shit, your countries, like, it's a reason why you're here. You can talk all that shit about America all you want, right? But it's a reason why you're here. It's a reason why you swam here, right? It's a reason why you swam over here. It's a reason why you paddled over here. It's a reason why. You can front all you want, but it's a reason why you fucking here. And not over there. So, I think it's interesting, man. I think it's real interesting. So, it's one thing to celebrate now, right? When the shit just gets announced. Let's see. And it's a flip side to this, okay? It's a flip side to this. like I said, I'm not like Al Heyman he ain't my uncle, he ain't my granddaddy, he ain't my godfather, he ain't none of that. I look at him just like any other promoter. This ain't this ain't me saying get off Al Heyman's back. Al Heyman is a piece of shit, and he ruins. Oscar De La Hoya was right. He ruins pretty much what he touches, and the reason why is because he goes into boxing as if this is like the music industry or something, and it's not. I get it. His brother got hurt in the fight, but he took that pain, and now his whole thing was keeping fights from happening, not making fights happen. Like he doesn't really understand. He understands business. He doesn't understand boxing, the business of boxing. Right? Boxing thrives off making fights happen, not marinating. Not marinating. He tried to hang his hat on Mayweather and Pacquiao and he put it in these fighters' heads that, that could be you. And it can't. That was a lie from the start. That was a lie from the fucking start. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, that was a aberration, an anomaly. That is not something for other fighters to try to emulate. It's not. Because it was going to be unattainable. Look at all the fighters that thought they were going to marinate fights. And then you got idiots like Samuel Lukowitz and shit, who's David Benavidez's promoter, by the way. He marinated Benavidez versus Plant back in the day, a few years ago. That fight could have happened. But he marinated it all the way until last year, and that fight still didn't do shit. Look at Boots. Look at Boots. He was talking all that shit. Boots and Bozy. Boots and old Bozy talking all that shit. You could have had a Crawford fight on BLK Prime. You could have got that mill, because you ain't been paid a mill yet. You could have got paid. But no. I'm Showtime. I took it to them, and Showtime. And Showtime, then they just ditched you. You was signed to Showtime. You was a Showtime fighter. And Showtime said, man, later for this shit. We losing money. How'd that work out for you? How'd that work out for you? See, business is business, right? Business is business. Business ain't pro-black. Business ain't pro-white. Business ain't pro-Hispanic. Right? It's not. That's why these cocksuckers are over here in this country. Because if it was all about race, they would be over there in their fucking country. But everybody comes here to reap the benefits of business. So it's very, very disingenuous when these cocksuckers got so much animosity towards a country you don't have to be in. You don't have to be here. And a lot of you motherfuckers are here. You ain't even supposed to be here. I don't care who this hurts. I don't care. A lot of y'all ain't supposed to be here. So you mean to tell me you broke into a country that you despise? You broke into a country that you despise its people. Yo, wow. I don't root against promotions. Do I see characteristics of certain promotions and fighters on that promotion, yeah, that, like I said, I just talked about it. Like, Al Heyman he did his fighters a disservice. He did his fighters a major disservice. Let me turn this light off. Al Heyman did his fighters a major league disservice. He set them up for failure. Right? A lot of those guys, they took the most reprehensible part of Mayweather and tried to emulate that instead of the thing that actually made him him. Like, by the time Mayweather got to Al Heyman, he was already Floyd. I mean, by the time Floyd got to, I don't know what I just said, but by the time Floyd got to Al Heyman, he was a made man already. He was built. He was built up. He was built up by Top Rank, Bob Arum, Top Rank, and he was polished. I was about to say polished up. Pause. Major league polish. But Golden Boy put that shine on him. By the time he got to Al Heyman, it's like, all right, he's just showing you how to handle it. Al Heyman just basically showed him how to manage his money in retirement, how to maximize his money, his retirement fund. That's all Al Heyman showed him. Al Heyman did not build Floyd as a fighter. If he had been under Al Heyman all that time, we wouldn't even know who Floyd is. Why? Because Al Heyman would have been keeping him out of fights, keeping him out of rematches. Right? Keeping him out of fights, keeping him out of the fights that built him. Keeping him away from certain guys because they're dangerous. Look at Tank Davis. Look at how they handle Tank Davis. Keeping him away, rehydration clauses, all that shit. All that shit has led to PBC being evicted. Not only being evicted, but not many people even wanting. It's like, when I look around, I see promotions almost willing to let PBC die. Figuratively. Letting PBC die because they see he's running the same game everywhere he goes. Right? What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. So yeah, Leonard Ellaby, remember? Yeah, that's why you ain't got no fucking fighters. With his fruity ass. What you saying now? What you saying now about apps? What you saying now about fighting on apps? Huh? Because it don't matter where you go. You're going to be on some type of app from here on. Unless you do some crazy shit like go to one of them Turner networks or something like that, which I just don't see. Whoever, here's a prediction. Wherever, if Al Heyman is able to find another deal for those guys, it won't be the same. Nobody's going to let him dangle Floyd Mayweather over their nose like that. Nobody's going to allow that to happen. When times get rough, I'm going to dangle Floyd. Man, Floyd is old, okay? Floyd is retired. Like, you can't keep milking that cow. That cow is sapped. So don't come over here talking about, oh, you just supporting Al Heyman. No, I'm not, bitch. You know what I support? Boxing. I support boxing. I like how the zone. I think Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in boxing. Eddie Hearn is so good of a promoter. Sometimes he puts his fighters in like really, really hazardous, dangerous fights because he moves like a boxing fan. Like if I was a promoter, I'd be probably like Eddie Hearn. Like, hey, look, we got this. He's gonna throw you in there. He's gonna throw you in there. And the other thing about Eddie Hearn and the Zone, the Matchroom, those guys over there, they're not fixing no fights. If you lose, you fucking lose. He didn't fix no fights for AJ. He didn't fix no fights for AJ. Them fights could have, and in my opinion, they could have easily went AJ's way. Easily. Both decisions. Both of those. Did I give Usyk the edge? Slightly. Okay. I've watched enough boxing to see those fights could have easily went AJ's way, but Eddie Hearn didn't do that. They don't fix fights over there. As far as top rank, they're the best at development. They're the best at actually developing fighters. Especially like these amateur standouts. They will take an amateur standout and turn them into a monster. Top Rank does that. They are great. They're great at developing fighters' skills. I don't know what they do over there, but they that's where their focus is. Even more so than promotion. Even more so than promotion. They really kind of leave something to be desired on the promotion side. But the fighters are top notch. That's why everywhere those guys go, if you fighting against a top ranked guy, you better be on your P's and Q's. Because those guys usually are. Anyway, I'm glad you man fans, you fans of fighters, you promotion fans, you Canelo cocksuckers. I'm glad you got what you want, right? Let's revisit this in a few months and see what happens. Let's see how you feel about it then, right? We're gonna revisit this in a few months and see where you stand then. I don't want to see no videos about boxing is dying. You killed it. You helped kill it, cocksucker. You helped kill it with all your hatred. You helped kill it. And it's all because Floyd beat up a bunch of Mexicans. Floyd beat up not just Mexicans, a bunch of guys from South America, and Floyd beat up a bunch of people that look like you. So now you're mad at the whole sport. You're hurt. Your butt hurt. But here's the thing. What the fuck is going on here? Here's the thing. When things happen, and apparently that was traumatic for y'all. When things happen, you got to let that shit go. So that you can be whole again. Right? You can't let that shit stick with you forever. You can't let it stick with you forever. Boxing is dying, and y'all sitting here celebrating because one promotion ain't here. So you go ahead, you whack away at your piñatas. You can fucking, eat as many burritos as you want, right? Take down as much cerveza as you want. But we're going to revisit this in a couple months when you're not seeing no fights. Or you just seeing a few fights here and there. We'll see. And anyway, that's all I got. If you like the video, go ahead and paw that jab a couple times, right? As soon as the motherfucker throws his jab, you expecting the jab to come back. As soon as he throw it, throw your pull counter to the like button. Bow, right? Peace.